Good evening, I'm Yuling.
And I'm Howard Sapiro. Here's what's coming up next on Panthervision. The first Jesuit Pope, a Jesuit college in our backyard. Marquette's reaction to the surprising decision.
Half of them I don't even put up.
Got any raunchy secrets you need to get off your chest? UWM's darkest secrets are becoming the next internet sensation.
Dancing with hopeless and being hopeless are two different things.
Can't dance? Don't worry, there's still hope for you. Swing dance brings a judgment-free space to UWM.
With swimming, it's you against the clock.
UWM swimmers show signs for a bright future. All that and more coming up next on UWM's Panthervision.
From the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, this is UWM Panthervision. A weekly newscast reported, written, and produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. And now, the news.
Good evening. Catholics from Marquette to Rome are celebrating the election of a new pope.
The Papal Conclave chose Jorge Bergoglio of Argentina as the 266th pope. Bergoglio is the first Jesuit to serve as pope, and that's led to some excitement at Marquette, which is a Jesuit university.
I think it's cool that it's a Jesuit. I think the Jesuits have always they've always been a part of Catholicism, but they've kind of been on the more outsiders than insiders, so it's kind of cool to have the first one of those.
Interesting that he's the first Jesuit. I find it more interesting that he's the first really non-European, especially from Latin America.
A UW alumna living in Rome says the mood there is a bit different.
Richard McDonald lives near St. Peter's Square.
Panthervision's Tyler Berg spoke to her by phone.
Europeans as a whole, it's a good thing because there has been talk for years that the Catholic Church has been too old, too stodgy. Europeans have been hoping for a pope that would help lead Italy forward. Italians were very pessimistic. They wanted an Italian pope, and they were quietly rooting for Archbishop Scola to be appointed. It was very surprising to many that he wasn't. Italy has been in an economic recession for almost 2 years. The unemployment rate has been steadily rising. It has the highest unemployment rate in Europe and the highest youth unemployment rate.
You spoke with a young man. Tell me about that.
Cristiano Okipinzi, he is employed, which is very rare for a young man. He's, I believe, 31, 32 years age. He's very hopeful.
He never mentioned the fact that he's the Pope during his speech. He always mentioned the fact that he is the Vescovo of Rome, so the Bishop of Rome. So it seems that he wants to be very close to the people, actually.
Younger Italians are very excited. They are very hopeful. They see the nomination of Pope Francis, or they call him Francesco, in Italy. They see this as a sign that Italy can move forward. For Pope Francesco to choose the name Francis after Francis of Assisi, which is part of Lazio, very near here, it's very hopeful to them that this will be a man of the people who will work with the people and be charitable toward those who are less fortunate.
Risha is a former Panthervision reporter. She's running her own specializing in English language marketing for European companies.
UW Oshkosh officials are reporting damage caused by a steam explosion. The explosion was caused by a power outage in the campus heating plant. Without power to manage water flow and temperature, steam built up and triggered the release valves. That sends steam billowing from manholes across campuses, as well as into the Arts and Communication building. The heat from the steam set off fire alarms in the building and forced an evacuation. The steam caused damage to ceiling tiles on several floors of the building.
UW is also recovering from a power outage, but there was no physical damage here. A malfunction at a WeEnergy substation knocked out campus computer servers. Email and the desire to learn were down for most of Monday evening. The system was brought back online early Tuesday.
That big construction project we told you about last week is creating a scheduling nightmare. Renovations to Merrill Hall will cause the building to be closed starting this summer. The Registrar's office says that as of right now, 176 fall classes have nowhere to meet, and that doesn't even count the 255 discussion sections that need classrooms. The university is considering changing the days and times of the classes that don't have rooms.
With Congress not reaching an agreement to reduce the national budget and across-the-board budget cut will take effect March 27th. As Panthervision's In Thompson reports, many students aren't even aware at how they will be affected.
Major Danny T. spends her time sculpting in the Peck School of the Arts. Little does she and other UWM students realize the impact of the recent sequestration or know what it is.
Oh, what is it?
I'm guessing this has to do with the Fiasco Cliff thing, right?
I want to say it has something to do with like environment and like gold.
Jane Hoyen Clark and the Financial Aid Department sent out a campus-wide email explaining how the sequestration would affect students.
The biggest impact is really going to impact students who borrow under the direct loan program, under the student loan program, the parent loan program, because the fees are going to be increasing slightly.
Many UWM students will be impacted by the changes soon to come.
When you look at our population of students, of which 80% participate in financial aid programs, and the vast majority of them are participating in student loan programs.
While fees are going up and aid is going down, UWM student Cecilia Ponce is struggling to pay for tuition as it is.
I barely can make money for just this semester alone.
Without financial aid and grants, it would be difficult for Danny T. to attend UWM.
If I get it right away, I can get all my supplies and stuff like that and not have to put it on my credit card.
Danny is worried about the sequestration's impact on her future.
It makes me really nervous to finish school. I almost wonder if I should stay in school.
Executive Director for Student Financial Aid, Jane Hoyen Clark, remains optimistic for students like Danny and Jackie.
I'm forever an optimist, so from my perspective, you know, I'm hopeful that college will always be attainable.
In Milwaukee, I'm Ian Thompson for Panthervision.
Some Wisconsin colleges are already feeling the effects of the cuts. UW-Madison will lose about $35 million in research funding next year.
The MATC Board of Directors is approving a new contract for its unionized employees. The new contract will eliminate early retirement benefits for union members, saving the school $108 million over the next 25 years. Joseph Hornitz takes a closer look in a special MATC report.
MATC and how it goes into effect next February.
So the governor and the legislature, when Governor Walker first came into office, he and the legislature, controlled by Republicans, had to confront a $3.6 billion state deficit.
The contract that we settled affects the faculty, both full and part-time. It affects the counselors, and it affects the professional staff, the student service specialists, the IT people.
The lavish salaries and benefits bestowed upon public sector workers have been devastating to local property taxpayers, and they have crippled local municipalities and school districts.
Our contract covers really the faculty and counselors and professional staff. That's the single largest employee group at the college. It's almost 1,500 people, and I would argue the most important because we're the ones who are in direct contact with the students, providing the education and training that the students come to MATC to receive. We had a window of opportunity to negotiate a contract. From the point of view of the community and the students and the faculty and the administration at MATC, it's better that the faculty, counselors, and professional staff work with the administration. That's what makes this college function.
Act 10 is still tied up in court appeals. UW officials are facing questions about a report claiming a number of UW employees exceeded pay caps last year. 60 university employees, including 5 from UWM, received from $12,000 to $20,000 more than they should have. Officials say bad record keeping is part of the problem. But in other cases, schools had to pay teachers more for extra duties caused by understaffing.
You may want to double-check the bills in your wallets before you try to spend them. Every semester, a few customers get an awkward surprise. Samantha Nash has the story.
When Amy Posmansky started working in the UWM Student Union, she knew stocking silverware and ringing people up would be part of the job.
Hi, how are you today?
Good. She didn't know detective work was also part of the package.
I was working over at Burger King, and we have counterfeit pens where if you mark on the bill, if it's counterfeit, it turns a darker color.
You might have noticed cashiers in the union double-checking small bills.
Hi there.
Hi. Do I look like a criminal to you?
They say, oh yeah, I just printed this off this morning, or they'll ask me why I have to mark it, or they'll say, oh, now you're marking 5s and 10s too? This is ridiculous.
But fake 5s are a real concern for workers in the union, as Posmansky learned after accepting a suspicious bill.
I had seen it turn a darker color, but I wasn't sure if it was really counterfeit or not.
It was. The next day, one of Amy's managers told her to detain anyone trying to pay with a fake bill.
I know that if I would have called over a manager or anything, they would have had to call the cops, and then they would have had to take a statement from me and the person that had given me the counterfeit bill.
The people who try to pass off counterfeit bills are not always hardened criminals.
But I know that most of the time they don't know that it's fake.
May Vang, the manager of the union station, isn't sure where the fake money is coming from.
What happens is on our end, we'll take care on our end, and whatever the police does, we really don't know what happens at their end.
Vang is more concerned with making sure her cashiers are the first line of defense.
They're responsible for checking all the bills. Like I said, careless mistake we don't really tolerate.
Although most customers pay with cards, Posmansky pays close attention to paper money.
But I'm sure if I did it again and I didn't say anything, I would definitely get fired.
In Milwaukee, I'm Samantha Nash for Panthervision.
If you think you might be in possession of suspicious currency, the Secret Service recommends contacting local police. You can also take the bills to the nearest Secret Service field office for more information on how to detect counterfeit money. Visit www.secretservice.gov. A new Facebook page is Latin Nights or Hangouts.
And a classic American dance swings at UWM. That and more when we come back.
This is where powerful ideas lead to proven results. This is where you belong.
Thanks for watching UWM Panthervision, judged Best Student Newscast by the Northwest Broadcast News Association. Panthervision is produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in association with Milwaukee Area Technical College.
Some things are meant to be kept secret.
But maybe not in the days of Facebook and Twitter. A new Facebook page allows students to unanimously post their most personal UWM experiences.
And as Panthervision's Robert White reports, it's so anonymous that even the creator doesn't want to be identified.
Celine Garshinsky enjoys seeing the updates to the UWM Confessions Facebook page.
I like it. It always comes up on my news feed. I think it's funny. There's a lot of inappropriate stuff, but it's entertaining.
And even says she would post to it.
Yeah, probably if I did something like worth talking about. I mean, I have done things worth talking about, but I haven't posted them yet.
While Paula Kuiper disagrees and finds the page silly.
Personally, I think it's a little stupid. I am a really busy person, and I don't have time to let the world know about my feelings, so I think it's kind of dumb.
The administrator explains how the page works. Students wishing to make a confession go through an easy process and are able to post anonymously whatever they wish to put on the page.
They click on the survey link and they go to, it's called surveymonkey.com, and they just post in their confession, and then I can get all of them but without any names.
The page has gotten quite popular.
I think it's at about 4,000 right now.
The administrator of their page saw a similar one for UW-Madison, and that's how she got the idea to create the UWM Confessions Facebook page.
We saw that there was a UW-Madison page, so me and my friends were just sitting around one night and we're like, oh, we should make a Milwaukee one, so we did.
Some of the posts are a little shocking, while others are just plain funny.
Some people post some really crazy thing. That's why I kind of like filter through them. Like half of them I don't even put up, so only if I think they're funny.
In the future, the administrator will continue posting to the site. In Milwaukee, I'm Robert Wyke for Panthervision.
If you're interested in checking out some of these confessions, you can go to facebook.com/UWM Confessions.
A vintage dance is gaining popularity on campus, and UWM has a club for the comeback. As Panthervision's Josh Weber learned, it's open to students of all backgrounds and talent levels.
For those of you who think dancing is a hopeless endeavor better left to the experts, Mitchell Keim has some words of advice for you.
Dancing with hopeless and being hopeless are two different things.
We're not talking about some fast-paced hip-hop jam or a complicated tango. We're talking about swing.
I mean, it's Milwaukee. There are 6 nights a week you can swing dance. You might as well have at least a couple swing dances here at UWM.
Swing gets its name from the phrase swing feel, where the emphasis is on the offbeat in each measure.
Oh, this is a good beat.
Mitchell hopes to get the Swing Dance Club ready to jive after spring break, and there's a youthful exuberance in the experience.
I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I'm so happy.
If you think you need to be a dancing major to know swing, you couldn't be more wrong. Swing dancing is for all majors and all ages.
I started out playing trumpet in my high school jazz band, and I saw people dancing, and I thought that they were having more fun than I was, and I wasn't having that. So I learned how to swing dance.
The club is going to benefit students in the Peck School of the Arts and around campus in more ways than just getting exercise.
So this is a chance for them to get together on a very informal, casual basis to begin to cement the friendships that will eventually end up in collaborative projects.
Mitchell isn't sure how the club will shape up, but as far as this night is concerned,
oh, I think this is a smashing success.
In Milwaukee, I'm Josh Weber for Panthervision.
Taylor Thompson joining us now for weather. Hi.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
So Taylor, we're in March. We got all this snow. What's going on?
It's pretty crazy, isn't it? You think, we're on spring break now, so we should be having spring-like weather. Well, guess what? That's not going to happen. In fact, it's going to get worse, and those weather headlines are really going to show that clearly. We have snow today. We'll have snow continuing through the rest of today. And after that, we're going to see wind chills go below 0, in fact, and as those winds pick up. So really, it's not a pretty sight for this week, folks. Currently, we have the snow outside. I was actually outside just a little while ago, and it's coming down at a pretty good clip, so watch out for those slippery roads if you plan on driving. We have 30 degrees out, and our barometric pressure is at 29.81 millibars. And for the rest of the day, we're going to see the snow showers continue, begin to lighten up as we move later in the afternoon towards the evening, and generally going to see about 1 to 1.5 inches of snow. Highs are going to get just above freezing. Now look at the lows from last night across the state, and look how brutally cold it's been. But look at this, 16 in Rhineland, there's your big winner right there. 18 in Green Bay, and down here in the city we had 26 degrees. As we move through the afternoon, it's not going to warm up a whole lot. We're going to see 29 up in the Rhinelander, 32 freezing in Green Bay, and just above freezing in Milwaukee. Now tonight, those flurries are going to taper off. We're going to see those temperatures begin to decrease even more. We're going to see down 15 degrees, and the winds are going to pick up, and that's what's really going to bring those, bring that bite to the air and make it feel even colder out. As we move into tomorrow, the sun will begin to come out, but again, it's not looking good temperature-wise. 24 for your high, 7 for your low. And those winds continue, and we have to watch for a wind chill advisory and or a wind advisory to be issued by the National Weather Service. And for Sunday, again, looking good outside if you look outside but not step outside. With your high 20 and your low 10, those winds staying strong again. And as we look ahead into that extended forecast, we're going to see a slow moderation in those temperatures and not too much in the way of precipitation. But even when we get to 38 on Sunday, guys, again, we're way below normal. We should be in the 40s right now for average high. And at this time last year, if you remember, we had temperatures in the 50s, 60s, and even 70s what a difference a year makes.
That's really true. Now this year, I feel like I have to brush my car off sometimes in the morning. It's horrible.
It's a real annoying thing.
Thank you, Taylor.
No problem.
Thank you, Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Black History Month ends when the last day of February is marked off of the calendar. But MATC Black Students Union continues to celebrate African American cultures this time with some quality cooking. Cody Kurtz explains in a special MATC report.
On March 8th, the Black Student Union put on the 21st annual Soul Food Celebration. It was held at the Bradley Pavilion of the Performance Arts Center.
The BSU members get together with some dignitaries in the city of Milwaukee, and we celebrate the actual transition of being a force in the community. So giving back and also, you know, just celebrating what the BSU is all about. And MATC put this together every year. So like I said, this is the 21st annual one. I've only been a part to a few of them, and they're very nice with our keynote speakers and things of that nature.
I'm always supportive of the Black Student Union's events because I was once the president of the Black Student Union, like in the 80s. So it's like everything they do I like to be involved with because their foundation is always a great structure for advancement of what we need to know. So, and the guy, the investigative reporter, I've seen before and I've heard, and he's an astounding speaker as well.
What I'm hoping happens tonight is that we have a real frank conversation about leadership, about the real potential that these students in particular have to change not only Milwaukee but the entire world. And so often when you come from an urban city or a poor city or you're at a community college, we often don't talk about those students being the leaders that are going to lead the country, but they are. And that's what I want to talk about tonight.
Coming up, Uterian swimmer is making headlines.
And later, we'll take you to a karaoke show that's a bit different. That and more when we return.
Thanks for watching UWM Panthervision, judged Best Student Newscast by the Northwest Broadcast News Association. Panthervision is produced by students in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication in association with Milwaukee Area Technical College.
A local college wins a national championship, and a UWM swimmer is making big waves.
Robert Walk joins us now with sports. Robert?
UWM swimmer Emily McClellan is heading to Indianapolis for the NCAA National Swimming Championships. And as Blanca Picasso reports, being on the national stage is nothing new for McClellan.
Emily McClellan's passion for swimming started with a little coaching from her mom.
Well, I started swimming when I was little, just kind of on the Delavan community swim team, but it was more like swim lessons, and I did like little meets here and there, and my mom was like the coach.
Now, she's swimming with the big fish, and nerves are inevitable.
It builds up, and before a meet you get pretty nervous, but then when you're there, it's like it's go time, and you kind of know what to expect.
She's worked hard enough all year long that she deserves to go fast, and she's been working extremely hard, so she's earned it, and so we're excited to have the opportunity and get her something that she deserves, and that's to swim fast at this meet.
Swimming fast is what she does.
And I like the fact that with swimming, like, it's you against the clock, and then I like trying to improve my time as I go.
McClellan's most recent accomplishment is attending the Olympic trials.
I was there and in the pool with the people who touched the wall and got to go to the Olympics, so I got to race against them, which was pretty cool.
She's doing something right. She's the only female from the Horizon League to qualify for the NCAA championship, and this is her third time.
So you're going to see her compete with the top girls in the country, which she's been doing for 2 years in a row now. But we're going to do it in the college setting instead of in the club setting.
20 hours a week in the water makes swimming her lifestyle, but she makes time for her other passion.
I myself am half deaf, and so growing up, sign language was my second language, and Milwaukee has a great ASL program here, and I just got into it.
And with that, the swimmer signs off. For Panthervision, in Milwaukee, I'm Blanca Picasso.
UWM continues to make big splashes in the pool, this time in the NCAA Zone Diving Championships in Houston. 3 Panthers qualified for the national competition. Lee Anderson, KJ Hager, and Rachel Margus all represented UWM last Wednesday. Hager had the best of the results, finishing 13th on platform. Milwaukee's Cardinal Stritch University has won a national championship. The number 2 ranked Wolves won the Men's Division II NAIA championship by defeating top-seeded William Penn. The score was 73-59. The Wolves' Darren Moore was named the championship's most valuable player. He scored 21 points and had 7 rebounds. This is Cardinal Stritch's first ever national championship. Badger coach Bo Ryan is the Big Ten Conference Basketball Coach of the Year. This is the 3rd time in 12 seasons Ryan has won the award. Wisconsin finished the regular season with 22 wins and only 10 losses. The team won 3 games against top 10 opponents. Before he started coaching the Badgers in 2001, Ryan was head coach at UWM for 2 seasons. UW-Madison Athletic Director Barry Alvarez is being honored by the Milwaukee Press Club. Alvarez will receive the club's headliner award in May. Alvarez coached the UW football team for 16 seasons, winning 3 Rose Bowls. His record of 118 wins, 74 losses, and 4 ties makes him the winningest coach in Badger history. He left his head coaching position in 2005 to become athletic director. And that's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Robert. College has always been a revolving door of talent, and music has always been a popular outlet.
When the two get mixed, it's become a nice for anyone to live out their 15 minutes to fame.
Panthervision's Rebecca Omick has the story.
What do you get when you mix a couple of UW alums with band equipment?
Live band karaoke group or an open jam. A lot of people will come on in and they'd love to be able to sing, but instead of just watching a monitor, they actually get a chance to perform in front of a group that's playing with live musicians.
Like UWM senior Taylor Thompson.
It's the second time I sang here. The first time I sang here, I actually sang here at Dobbs. So I'm not really that experienced as far as live performance.
Looking at him, you can't tell if he's nervous.
You know, I thought I would have stage fright. The first time I did, I guess I had a little bit more, but tonight it actually went pretty well. I was really happy with the results. I didn't get as nervous as I thought I would have.
So how do you get your 15 minutes of fame?
Anyone is welcome to join us on stage. We can play an instrument, sing a song, tell a joke.
It's no joke, though, that Craig Omick and friends host various open jams around Milwaukee all the time.
It's a lot of fun, especially when you do well. It's like, the enthusiasm is incredible when you do well. It's like, I can keep doing this more.
You can speed up your chances of being a part-time rock star by going to any open jam. In West Dallas, I'm Rebecca Omick for Panthervision.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
You can watch us on Time Warner Channel 14 and AT&T Uverse Channel 99 at 5 o'clock on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Have a good week.